vola angwela o veteronugu, ako itabua. Ako do talitay na barong na Bula FM, nambandua na seri.
Bula, alang gono ilutoka do talita ka ng Bula FM berarti ni nambandua na seri.
Ni Bula binaka, nanregen go sa Bula FM nga. Na kasi.
Nalang go sa mundo active ng Bula FM nambandua na seri nusuri.
Ni Bula binaka, nalang go Jerry, yang melambasa. Do barong ng Bula FM, nambandua.
Bula FM, nambandua na seri.
In the news tonight, FIU exposes millions of dollars in tainted proceeds. Bainimarama begins Australian state visit. And PCN accused plea deferred.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
$175 million worth of tainted proceeds were exposed by the Financial Intelligence Unit in 2018. Unit Director Razim Baksh says these were identified from more than 600 suspicious transaction reports. Edwin Nund reports.
321 cases of tax evasion, money laundering and border currency smuggling were detected by the Financial Intelligence Unit.
The Financial Intelligence Unit has the capacity to investigate, analyze, profile, and then give meaning to those transactions. So of that, 321 intelligence reports were disseminated to relevant law enforcement agencies.
The bulk of these reports have gone to the Fiji Revenue and Customs Service to prosecute criminals or fine tax evaders. The FIU now even has real-time data sharing with the Fiji Police Force and the Tax Collection Agency. This becomes especially handy during complex, urgent investigations. The FIU in 2018 assisted with 6 successful money laundering convictions, 50 border currency smuggling cases, and several incidents of tax evasion.
The criminals are also advantaged in terms of using technology at their disposal. They are more organized, they are well-resourced, they are also thoroughly connected and networked. So that is a huge challenge.
The unit also conducted due diligence on 1,172 entities and 1,500 individuals on the request of law enforcement agencies. Edwin Nund, FBC News.
Prime Minister Vurenge Bainimarama has arrived in Australia for his first ever official state visit. Bainimarama's 6-day visit is part of the long history of cooperation, shared interest and values with Australia. Our reporter Ali Kimbi is in Sydney and files this report.
Very welcome. Thank you for taking the time.
Greeted by members of the Australian government and Fiji's High Commissioner in Australia, Prime Minister Vurenge Bainimarama looks forward to the visit.
I mean, the discussions between the two Prime Ministers will cover the whole gamut of issues, security, economic, trade, people to people, and of course, very importantly, climate change and the health of our shared Pacific Ocean.
Bainimarama's counterpart, Scott Morrison, has stated that he is committed to holding more regular meetings to demonstrate Australia's personal commitment with Fiji. Australia's High Commissioner to Fiji, John Fick, says top of the discussions will be shared regional challenges such as illegal fishing and climate change. Australia's Prime Minister Scott Morrison has also stated that he is committed in strengthening his engagement with Fiji and at the same time more collaboration with our Prime Minister Vurenge Bainimarama in discussing regional issues concerning the Pacific Island countries. Reporting in Sydney, Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
Former Parliament employee Eliesa Raindunduva says he was not aware that only one copy was to be made of the video showing the altercation between Prime Minister Vurenge Bainimarama and opposition MP Pio Tikunduandua. The Acting Secretary-General to Parliament, Viniana Namosi-Ma'alua, maintains Raindunduva was insubordinate when he made a copy for himself and subsequently shared the video. Maggie Boyle reports.
The Acting Secretary-General to Parliament says instructions were issued on how the video was to be handled.
There were standing instructions on how the footage was to be dealt with. And that is, it would be kept with me, the only copy with me, and then provided to the police when they came to Parliament to investigate.
The former staffer says he wasn't aware of any such directive.
Who she issued the instruction to? Did she issue the instruction to me? That is a question which she should be asked. She should be answerable. Did the copy, did she issue the instruction to me? Or it was written somewhere?
The ASG also clarified the reason behind her instructions for only one copy of the video to be made.
So there have been insinuations that we kept the video because we are hiding something from the public. I can confirm that that is not the reason the instruction was given. It was to ensure that we are completely honest and transparent when the police come to us.
Meanwhile, Randanduva is adamant the leaked footage on social media did not come from him.
That is not correct. That I leaked the video to Kupopen Papa. I'll stand by that.
The police investigation of the alleged assault on Tikondoandoa continues. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
The body of 24-year-old Chochi Turukoya Katsuki was found this morning after he allegedly took his life. Katsuki was wanted for questioning in relation to the murder of a 19-year-old woman last week. His body was discovered a few meters away from his home at Nambitu settlement in Singatoka. Police say investigators had earlier received information that Katsuki was believed to be somewhere between the Suva-Nasinu corridor. Investigation continues. The plea for 10 individuals from the People's Community Network, which include the board members and staff charged in relation to the Langi Langi housing project, has been deferred. Of the 10, only National Director Semiti Ngalawasa was present in court today, while the others were represented by their counsels. Catherine Krishna reports.
The 10 facing corruption charges include Semiti Ngalawasa, Chantel Khan, Suliana Siwatimbau, Samuela Saumatua, Mere Krishna, Vijay Naidu, Reverend Aquila Yambaki, Father Kevin Ba, Dama Raimurui and Aisake Dasimira. They have been charged with 1 count each of accepting payments without being able to supply, 1 count each of misleading conduct and 1 count each of unacceptable conduct. The alleged incident occurred between 28 October 2015 and 19th January 2016. Meanwhile, PCN Director Semiti Ngalawasa also faces a separate charge of failing to furnish information to Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission. The matter was called for plea, but this did not eventuate because other accused persons were not present in court. The court also heard that board members Father Kevin Ba and Vijay Naidu have applied for approval to travel overseas, which needs to be considered. State said they will reply to this application by the next court date. The case will be recalled on October 30th for mention. Bail has been extended for all accused persons. Catherine Krishna, FBC News.
Agencies who fail to report child cases are liable to pay a fine of $5,000. These are cases where children may be neglected, abused, sexually assaulted or put in danger in any way. Child Services Acting Director Ella Tukutukulevu says under the Child Welfare Act, all cases involving child abuse should be reported to the Social Welfare Ministry. Tukutukulevu says the ministry has 5 reporting agencies, and they include the Fiji Police Force, teachers, lawyers, medical service Pacific, and welfare officers. These agencies must report incidences within 7 days of its occurrence.
Well, if a professional fails to notify or to give notice according to the Act, that's an offense. The professional commits an offense, and we are liable to a fine of not more than $5,000.
Up ahead, FDB chief explains loan approval criteria, and ministry focuses on improving meat quality. Details after the break.
Hi, Bula. I'm Selai from Nandi. I love Gold FM. Only the classic hits.
Hi, my name is Sotiama here in Ba. We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, I'm Miri. I'm from Lotoka and I love Gold FM because they play all my classic hits.
Hi, my name is Fiona from Tavua and I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, I'm Ini from Rakiraki. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
With digital devices and data becoming more affordable, Swami Vivekanandan College today launched its Mvuli app, designed for students and teachers anywhere in Fiji. The app provides hundreds of highly interactive digital lessons covering secondary school mathematics, physics, biology and chemistry, and is also available for offline access. Details with Felipe Naikaso.
The Mvuli app aims to provide high-quality and holistic education to Fijians through mobile phones, laptops or computers anywhere and at any time.
Giving you the flexibility to learn at your own pace. Smarter ones will go faster, weaker ones will revise. We are giving you these 4 subjects. But our vision is not only to give you good marks in the science subjects. Swami Vivekananda's idea of education is holistic education, to make you a complete human being.
The Attorney General was also impressed with the app, stating that it is in line with government's vision to provide access to education to all Fijians.
We have to be, as individuals, when you are in the school, be able to be a lot more discerning, be able to have that inquisitive mind to question. Education is not simply about rote learning. Getting an app is not simply about rote learning. It's about questioning. It's about being discerning. It's about being honest in respect of how you use that knowledge yourself.
Education, which makes our character very strong, which makes our mind strong, which helps us to expand our intellect and are able to stand on our own feet.
It cost around $500,000 to develop the app. The Mvuli app is available on Google Play Store, iPhone App Store, and Microsoft's Windows Store. Philip and Ikaso, FBC News.
2 religious organisations have condemned opposition MP Lenora Ngerengeratambo's recent social media comments against government MPs. This as the NFP member last week launched a tirade of attacks against Fiji First Party members, which included curses bestowed to children and family members. Kelly Vavala reports.
Comments as such is something you don't expect from an MP, says Fiji Council of Churches President Reverend Tevita Bainivanua.
Whether it's a government, it's a member of parliament or anybody else, it is not a normal thing to curse descendants because Christianity is a religion of love.
President of the Sri Sanatan Dharam Fraternity Sabha of Fiji, Sarju Prasad, says opposition MP Lenora Ngerengeratambo's behavior is unacceptable.
Anybody who tries to curse the families, the children, that is not. We keep ourselves out of this. We don't support this sort of thing.
Fiji Women's Crisis Centre coordinator Shamima Ali also joined the 2 religious bodies in calling out the MP.
Totally unacceptable, and it is setting a very bad precedent for people, and particularly a very, very bad example for the young people who are watching and who should be learning from the examples of the leaders of this country.
NFP party leader Professor Biman Prasad had earlier said that the post was inappropriate. The post loaded on Friday was later modified from the original post, which cursed family members. FBC News approached Ngerengeratambo for comments on the matter, and she's refused to make any comment. Kelly Vathala, FBC News.
The Fiji Development Bank thoroughly scrutinises loan applications from sugarcane farmers before they are approved. This was clarified by Chief Executive Mark Clow while presenting FDB's 2018 annual report to the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Economic Affairs. Lena Rees reports these cane farmers already receive funding from the government and can also apply for loans from the Sugarcane Growers Fund.
A question was asked by Standing Committee member Inosi Kurindrani on what systems the FDB has in place to know which farmer is eligible for a loan.
But my worry, my concern is this. Because these farmers, these cane farmers, also have accessible to the government funding that involve farm development costs, machinery, everything includes the management of the cane farm. And these same farmers too are accessible to this cane growers fund, Yeah. My worry is this: how does the bank praise the people that are eligible for funding?
In response, the chief executive stressed that they have stringent assessment processes in place when approving assistance to the cane farmers.
In our analysis of funding for cane harvesters, we just don't look at what proportion we have to fund. We look at how many cane harvesters are there in that particular area. Are you going to be cutting the market for other cane harvesters that we or others have financed? So we are quite particular about making cane harvesting and cane growing sustainable in that respect.
The Fiji Development Bank represents 98% of the market share in the sugar industry as at June 2018. Lena Reese, FBC News.
The Fiji Meat Industry Board will work closely with the Agriculture Ministry in its quest to boost the quality and supply of meat products. Deputy Secretary for Agriculture Chone Sovalawa believes the quality of meat dropped over the past few years due to the disease outbreak in the livestock sector. Chasaina Nunga reports as the ministry is mobilizing its resources to assist the meat industry.
The Agriculture Ministry is working towards lifting the standard of meat products.
The challenge is on our side in terms of linking the products right from the farmland to make sure that we lift the throughput here at FMIB.
Chone Sovalawa believes uplifting the industry will be beneficial for the tourism industry.
One of the things that we've been highlighting, linking agriculture to the tourism industry. One of the key areas is how can we better our supply of meat.
Fiji Meat Industry Chairperson Joanne Young stressed efficient and effective service delivery will be prioritized by the board.
And important that that the services we deliver and the products that we deliver are produced safely and hygienically.
The continuous partnership between the two stakeholders will further boost Fiji's meat industry. The Agriculture Ministry also donated a tractor today to the board that will help the workers. Sosaida Nunga, FBC News.
Hundreds of devotees gathered at Mysore Park this afternoon to celebrate Ganesh Chaturthi. It is an annual Hindu festival to celebrate the incarnation of Lord Ganesh. The festival begins with the installation of statues of Lord Ganesh made out of clay in homes and temples. After 10 days, the statues are paraded through the streets, accompanied by singing and dancing, and then immersed in the ocean. And it's business time now with Kelly.
Thanks, Jackie. Coming up, new MOU to identify eligible housing applicants. And in growing Fiji, Fiji Airways A350 XWB set to liven up the skies. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Shamiza. And I'm Salma. We're from Nandi and we love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
My name is Rajnita Lata and I'm from Vatulaloba. और हम सब मिर्ची एफएम सुनता है because it's hot.
Hi, my name is Vinita. I'm from Lambasa. I love listening to Mirchi FM. It's number one. हमारा नाम सागर रेड्डी है. हम लोग स्कूल में, हम लोग घर में और कहीं भी रहता हम लोग खाली मिर्ची एफएम सुनता. गौल टाउन तावा में मिर्ची एफएम दागो मामा.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Leading business, the Fiji Revenue and Customs Service has signed a memorandum of understanding with Public Rental Board and Housing Authority for information sharing. FRCS Chief Executive Vishwanath Das says data shared will assist in compliance checks because there have been cases where recipients applying for housing lots and PRB flats are not eligible due to the income threshold. The MOU will now enable all three parties to curb this issue by accessing information for verification. Public Rental Board Acting General Manager Pat Veu says the PRB will be able to allocate flats in an amicable manner to the deserving recipients. Housing Authority Board Chair Nesbitt Hazelman adds the MOU will now ensure they identify those who deserve to be considered for allocation. Sinifa from HFC Bank joins us now with the latest from the world trading market.
An exchange of olive branches between Washington and Beijing on trade pushed the US dollar to a 6-week high against the safe haven yen today. China exempted a basket of US goods from its tariffs, while US President Donald Trump said he would delay a scheduled October tariff hike by 2 weeks. The other major driver for currency markets today is a meeting of the European Central Bank. The euro has shed 3.5% since June and fell to a 1-week low overnight. The ECB is also certain to cut rates, promise to keep rates low for longer, and provide banks relief from the side effects of negative rates. Sterling also dipped after a Scottish court ruled that Prime Minister Boris Johnson's suspension of the British Parliament was unlawful, prompting immediate calls for lawmakers to return to work as Parliament battles over the future of Brexit. Meanwhile, the Australian dollar hovered near a 6-week high today as risk assets got a flip from US President Donald Trump's small concession in the trade war with China, while the Kiwi edged up as well. That's all from now. For HFC Bank, Vinaka.
Thanks, Simifa. Here today's exchange rates as set this morning. The Fiji dollar was on the rise today against all but two of the currencies we cover. Our dollar registered lower against the US greenback and the Aussie, both of which jumped up due to some peacemaking in the China-US trade war, but the Sangamoli gained against the one Kiwi, Kina, Euro and Yen. On the commodities market, oil prices dropped by $1.64 to close at just over $56 per barrel. Gold rose slightly to $1,492 per ounce, and silver was down at $18.06 per ounce. In growing Fiji, Fiji Airways' first A350 XWB has rolled out of the Airbus paint shop in Toulouse, featuring the airline's signature livery. The aircraft, an A350-900, will be the first of its kind operated by an airline in the Pacific region. The aircraft will now proceed to the final phase of the assembly process, with the installation of engines followed by ground and flight tests before delivery to Fiji Airways later this year. The aircraft will be deployed to enhance existing long-haul services from Fiji to Australia and the US, and to provide the opportunity to open additional routes. The aircraft marks one of two new A350 XWB, which will complement Fiji Airways' existing wide-body fleet of 6 Airbus A330s, with the second delivery set for December this year. That's it from Business Tonight. Sports is up next with Jamie.
Thanks, Kelly, and good evening in Sports Tonight. Family first for Inosi Kurindrani, and tough draw for IDC champs. This and more coming up.
Navango merea maramani waya manatuya sawa aweti kitunde nandi ya ndo marata kana varonga na Radio Fiji 1.
Yawa asna vatili yawa maga Monica. Tondo varonga vale buna doma ibiti lambasa.
Bula nadango aprosa ngarse go erkraki do televeo na varonga na Radio Fiji 1 na doma ibiti.
Nadango tsani bukia ongoni na mosi ando talita kana varonga na Radio Fiji 1 na doma ibiti su.
Radio Fiji 1 na doma.
A father's love for his son supersedes anything. This rings true for Member of Parliament Inosi Kurindrani, father of Wallabies Santa Tevita, torn between supporting his country, where he holds a place in its most august house, or remaining sincere as a loving father. As Aquila Dama finds out, there was only ever going to be one winner.
I think I'm standing right on a crossroad. On my right is my country, Fiji, which I care for, and on my left, standing my son, whom I love.
Fatherly love outweighs everything else for Inosi Kurindrani when the Flying Fijians play the Wallabies next week.
I think I will be failing in my duty as a father, not to support my son who's playing for Australia. I do care for Fiji, but I love my son.
It was quite difficult for Inosi at the last World Cup when Fiji met Australia in pool play, as a family member was wearing the white jersey.
Yeah, and I believe this is the repeating of what happens in 2015 last World Cup, where two of my children, Nemani Nandolo and Tevita Kurindrani, played each other. And I was like, whichever team wins, I stand with that.
Fiji will play the Wallabies at 4:45 p.m. next Saturday. Aquila Dama, FBC Sports.
Wallabies coach Michael Checker is also confident that Tevita Kurindrani will be fit for Australia's opener against Fiji. Petaya went back to Australia early from the Wallabies pre-tournament camp in Noumea, New Caledonia, while Kurindrani tweaked his hamstring in the lead-in to last weekend's Samoa test. Checker says Kurindrani would likely be back in the mix for Australia's opener against Fiji. The biggest challenge for the All Blacks ahead of the start of the World Cup is the heat. The side chose to train early yesterday, just after 7 in the morning, to beat the draining temperatures. This preparation has been key for France ahead of its Rugby World Cup clash against Argentina next Saturday. The Fiji Airways Ndrua has stepped up its preparation for the Australian National Rugby Championship clash against New South Wales country this weekend. The defending champions know the importance of winning this match. The players have been reminded to stick to their game plan and be more physical, and are optimistic of registering their first win this Saturday.
Our boys are really focused. As we lost the home game last week, boys really hurt the boys last week, and everybody is in a mood to really play hard this week.
The 2019 Court Centre District Championship pools have been drawn. In an exciting lineup of matches, defending champions Lautoka will battle Mba, Lambasa and Tabo in Pool A. The Blues gunning for a third consecutive IDC title. In Pool B, Nandi take on Suba, Nasinu and Rewa. Looking at the Senior Division IDC, Sabu Sabu, Lami, Northland Tailevo and Reketi have been drawn in Group 1, while Nabua, Nandrunga, Tailevo, Naitasiri and Sanganga have been drawn in Group 2. The 2019 Courts IDC will be held from the 8th to the 13th of next month at Prince Charles Park in Nandi. Despite missing the 2019 Pacific Games in Samoa, the Fiji Volleyball Federation will be part of a major tournament later this year. Fiji will host the 2019 Beach Volleyball Continental Cup in December that will feature 4 Fijian teams. Faria Begum with the details.
A committee from the Oceania Volleyball will be in the country to discuss the logistics involved in hosting the 2019 Continental Cup.
That's one of the reasons why we're calling for the meeting early, with the new board members to also be introduced to understand the expectation and the requirements to host such a tournament. We are quite fortunate that we are very supporting Oceania committee that will be coming over to assist us in implementing and running this event.
All the 4 local teams have intensified their training.
So we are fielding in 2 men's and 2 women's. That is the basic requirement for teams to compete in this competition. And then I believe the top 4 will qualify for the phase 2 one as the road to Tokyo.
Over 16 countries, which include Australia, New Zealand and Vanuatu, will take part in this year's Continental Cup. Faria Begum, FBC Sports.
For the first time in 13 years, there will be a new men's FIBA Basketball World Cup champion. This as France shocked Team USA in the quarterfinal with an 89-79 victory. France led 45-39 at halftime. International Table Tennis Federation Oceania President Anthony Ho says they're working with the Ministry of Education to encourage more students to take up table tennis. The federation just last week launched the Bounce It Back program, which is to promote inclusivity in the sport. Ho believes there's an abundance of talent in Fiji yet to be discovered.
Is huge if we're talking about the talents that we created in the Western Division many years ago. Unfortunately, we don't have the resources to go out there, but Fiji Table Tennis is determined to get enough people to go out and identify those talents in the coming year.
That's it from sports and new media. After the break, take a look at Apple's latest iPad. That's coming up.
रहता है, हमारा नाम उमेश कुमार, हम रहता है लेबू और रेडियो फीजी में हरदम सुनता है, बहुत पुराना गाना लगे और बहुत रोते सुनता है, बहुत अच्छा लगे हमको।
उमेश चंद्रा और कांता चंद्रा हमारा वाइफ है, हम लोग रेडियो फीजी 2 बहुत सुंदर से सुनता है, बहुत अच्छा प्रोग्राम, नंबर 1 रेडियो।
कुमार स्वामी नायक है, गोंगवा लेबू लटोका, रेडियो फीजी 2 में पुराना गाना लगे, हमें बहुत अच्छा लगे।
कुमार नकाफी में रहता है, रेडियो फीजी 2 सुनता है।
रेडियो फीजी 2, देश की धड़कन।
New media tonight, first impressions of Apple's latest and greatest 7th generation 2019 iPad. And it's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. The rain has fallen again. Not the best news we would like to hear, especially when the weekend is closer, but unfortunately we will have to bear rain. On to today, we did not have much pleasant spells and it mostly stayed gloomy. Now to the west, it was cloudy with high chance of showers. Eastwards from Pakaba to Suva, It stayed overcast with more in store later tonight. And up north, overcast as well, and there are showers on the forecast as well. At sea, southeast winds 15 to 20 knots, moderate to rough seas. For the tides, low tide at 11:46 p.m. with high tide at 5:54 a.m. Sunrise will be at 6:04. For tomorrow, it's Friday and it's time for the farmers to do a happy dance as things got pretty dry. But if you live in the urban areas, then consider washing your car again. Tomorrow's temps, cooler centers all around. And looking further on to Saturday, I think this weekend, everyone would agree to that children's song, Rain, Rain, Go Away. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fiji and Pulse tonight, we asked, should there be more awareness on proper disposal of household waste?
Government should create more awareness, especially in schools, as younger generations need to learn how to dispose rubbish proper.
The government has done a great job in creating awareness for people to put the rubbish in the right place, but I think it doesn't take a genius to actually know what to do.
Should have awareness programs. Mostly they should be given, I suppose, the classes for the environment cleanness.
More awareness.
Yes. People should throw their rubbish in the rubbish bin.
More awareness on proper disposal of household waste should be done. People are still littering anyhow.
In the world of the weird and the wonderful, Jamie Balfour Paul had a 30-year career in international humanitarian work. But it wasn't until 3 years ago that he started performing magic. Now he performs magic for children refugees and those affected by the trauma and stress of international conflict. Recapping the main stories for tonight, FIU exposes millions of dollars in tainted proceeds. Bainimarama begins Australian state visit and PCN accused plea deferred. Now for these stories and others, tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. Our poll question this week, we're asking, should there be harsher penalties imposed on bogus real estate agents? Visit the FBC website to answer. And our shot of the day sent in by Aniket Kumar. Picture was taken in Sinatoka. You can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj, via Facebook page FBC News, via Twitter page at FBC_news or hashtag FBC News. That was the FBC News for tonight. And the team and I stay safe. Good night.
We love Today FM. Today FM rocks. Bulaminaka, I'm Linda Form. I studied at Suva. I love listening to Today FM because they play latest music and they rock.
Hi, my name is Osnate. I'm from Ba. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Bula, I'm Makereta from Nandi. We love listening to Today FM. Here in Nandi, it rocks.
Hi, I'm Shania. I'm from Lotoka and I love Today FM and it rocks.
Today's hit music on